My name is Mckenzee Webster. I'm an engineer and I work for Alabama Power. What happened was I had just been moved to a different city for my job. During this move, I was starting to feel sick. I initially thought it was just a little virus or a cold because I had been moving so much. The first time I went to urgent care, they thought that I had a stomach bug. The second time I went to urgent care, they thought I just had walking pneumonia. They did not give me a COVID test at the time, and I'm not sure why. Once I was out of breath from going just to my bedroom, to my bathroom, I knew it was time to call the ambulance. They put me on oxygen and took me directly to the ER. Once I was admitted to the hospital is when they gave me a COVID test. I was placed on a ventilator before my results came back because my O2 stats were so low and my lungs were basically filled with cement. The virus had attacked my body so hard that all the mucus were in my lungs, and when they did a chest x-ray, it looked as if my lungs were filled with cement. When I got COVID, it was towards the beginning of the pandemic. Some nurses were still scared to deal with patients that were possibly positive. I spent a lot of time alone in the ER without answers. They just kept drawing more blood, kept doing different tests on me, and they didn't have any direct answer. I was kind of in a state of delusion. I didn't really know what was going on. I just kind of was sitting on the phone with my family, waiting for an answer. There was a trip I had to take from the ER to the actual hospital side. Anytime someone walked towards us, they had to announce possibly positive COVID patient, and people would kind of either turn back around, go the other way, or run past me really fast as if I was some type of monster. After about maybe the third day, a nurse walked in and she said, "I think we're gonna have to put you on a ventilator." Immediately, I was terrified because I remember my mom saying, "Don't go on a ventilator. Don't let them put you on a ventilator. We don't want you to go on a ventilator." So I told her, I said, "Well, when you come up with something else, come back to me and let me know." And she said, "I'm sorry to put it this way to you, but you have to go on the ventilator." And I told her I did not want to. And she told me it would be much easier to intubate me when I was conscious and just sleeping or just sedated rather than trying to bring me back to life. At that point, I talked to my parents. They were crying. I talked to my brother. I told him I loved him. I didn't really understand what a ventilator was, and I didn't know how long it would be. And I called my parents back one last time, and I remember my dad saying, "Fight, baby, fight." I actually made my peace with God. I told him that I don't know what's going on. I don't know if I'll come out of this, or I don't know if this is the end, but I'm grateful for everything that you've given me. I remember my dad telling me to fight. So I would try to move my hands, move my legs, just show them, hey, she's still alive. Because I was fighting, every time I would move, my oxygen levels would go lower and my body was basically fighting off the vent. So they had to put me in a complete coma. I was removed from the ventilator May 5th. I knew Mother's Day was coming around, and I asked her, I was like, "Well, when is Easter?" And she said, "Well, Mckenzee, you slept through Easter." And I was like, "How?" After being paralyzed for over 31 days, my body had shut down. I couldn't pick my phone up. I couldn't turn my head. I couldn't even hold a cup of water. Because I was so sick with COVID-19, they had to take very drastic measures to save my life. Those measures resulted in me becoming almost like an infant again. And because it was a pandemic and the virus was so contagious, you couldn't have any visitors, any outside people. I was stuck as an infant without its parent. Imagine a newborn baby without anyone to take care of it.